Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Speaker McCarthy, good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you. And Martha, thank you for being at Normandy. I remember being there 5 years ago at the 75th anniversary with you, and thank you for interviewing those heroes. Everybody should listen to those interviews and know we have very few left who were there on D-Day, and it's an honor to even hear from those heroes.
Yeah, indeed. It is, in many terms, the final journey for a lot of these men. And we have remarkable stories. There are people coming who are on hospice, who are being flown in for the day because it's one of their final wishes. And the people who help them do that are extraordinary as well. So we'll tell everybody about that. But I do want to get your reaction to what President Biden said just now, because basically he said people can't enter the country illegally. They can come through the legal path, but they can't come illegally. So I'm trying to figure out why he didn't feel that way for the past few years.
Look, what's interesting here is we've never had such a big problem on our southern border, and the damage is already done here. I mean, if you go to New York City, the #1 issue is the southern border. You go to Massachusetts, he made every community in America a border community. And he only said 3 months ago there's nothing he could do on the border. There was no new law changed when the border was secure. The only thing we changed was the president. Everybody sees through what this is. This is purely a campaign tactic he is taking right now that he can executive order wipe away the next day. But remember, it's only after you allow 2,500 people to come illegally. So when are you going to secure the border that the only way people come are legal? You can't do that under a President Biden.
Yeah, I mean, it's really stunning. We looked back to the Obama-Biden administration, and when it was on the high end, it was 2,100.
Yes.
But this essentially says the average can be 2,500 before this kicks in. Plus, if you use the app, they say the Border Patrol app that they want people to use, then you can come right in, as long as you use the app to make an appointment.
But you're still not going through the process. Remember this. This is the damage that he has done. In 1 month of last February, we caught more people on the terrorist watch list. Think how difficult it is to get on the terrorist watch list in 1 month under Biden than we did in the last entire administration all 4 years. So who's already in America? We're catching people on the terrorist watch list from Yemen. The #1 group of people coming across the country in the last 2 months have been from China. China is not in Latin America. They're taking a plane to go someplace to walk up through. And now he's going to say, well, the first 2,500 can go, but use the app and you can get through? That is not securing the border, and he knows it. It's purely a false place he's trying to do for politics, and I believe this will even backfire on him.
Well, that's what I want to ask you now about the politics of this, because you see that on the dial for these Fox News power rankings in terms of issues, Trump is plus 15 on the issue of the border. So I guess if you're working on the Biden campaign, you're going to look at how many points can you pull it back. You know, if people, maybe haven't followed the issue that closely, they might say, well, he stopped that, I think, right? I mean, that's getting better, that situation.
No one, everybody sees it in every community. It doesn't matter how far away you are from the southern border, you've watched what Biden's policy has done. So you see that in your community every day. When you go to the grocery store, you see what Biden's policies have done to inflation. When you fill your car up, you see what Biden's policies with energy have done. And this is where they're tone deaf. They are arguing a whole nother point instead of listening to the American public. That's why I believe this next election, President Trump is going to have a very big night.
All right, Kevin McCarthy, former Speaker of the House. Great to see you as always. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.